Shoots it right in there. So let's do another one. Hey guys, Brad here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a concrete/metal nailer. This thing is straight out of space. It's crazy looking and it's pretty awesome. I am very impressed with this and I'll show you why. Before I get to that though, make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell guys, and at the end of the video, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. Behind me we've got a bunch of tools here that we're doing some videos on, and yeah, make sure you subscribe so you can catch them. So let's get to this review. In this review, I'm going to shoot into some nail or some metal, some concrete. I'm going to kind of attach some metal plating. So we're just going to take an overall look at this gun. This is the Dewalt 20-volt brushless. The code on this is the DCN890, and this is a concrete nailer, but it also shoots into steel, metal, I-beams, all that good stuff. So I guess for starters, there are 3 modes on this. Levels 1, 2, and 3, and that selector switch is right here. The third being the most powerful, second medium, and the first the least powerful. For this demo, we're going to keep it on 3 because we're dealing with some really old concrete. We're going to be putting it into some, I think it's 50 or 60 years old, and some 3/8 steel. We're going to see if we can nail into this. Okay. The gun itself has a nice belt hook on it. It's on the 20-volt max platform, and really nice handle. It's fairly well balanced. I quite like it. This is the spool up system that Dewalt has, and which is, you know, it's not bad. It's annoying, but other than that, it works really, really well. If you've got a jam, you've got the Dewalt's unjamming mechanism right here. So all their big nailers have this as well. Now, the magazine that's on this particular gun is the smaller of the 2. You can buy an auxiliary magazine that will shoot the larger nails. And to replace this magazine, all you have to do is pull this lever, and this comes right out. And then you can put the larger magazine in that will fit the larger nails. Another cool thing you can do with this gun is, depending on what type of nail you're shooting, you can change out these tips. So you pull this button down and this comes right out. So then you can change the type of tips for whatever nail you're using. And then you put it back in, just like that. And in here you can kind of see the driving section of everything. All right, pretty cool. I'm going to put this back together. Super simple. Just slide it in, put that lever down, and we're good to go. So this right here keeps you at a 90-degree angle to your work. As soon as you press this down, the flywheel starts to turn on, and then you're ready to shoot. So very, very simple. You've also got your trigger lock right here, like we all have on all the guns. What else can I say about this before we get into it? You got an LED light on the side, good rubber overmold, and the best way to stand this thing when you're not using it is in this position. So I think we're going to start shooting some stuff. All right, put the battery in. To load this, we're just using 3/4 inch nails. The black nails, the black plastic on these nails, this is the strongest of their nails. Okay, this is the one that we want to use for shooting into steel or really old concrete. A really good application for this gun is attaching like boxes, like electrical boxes, things like that. So electricians, they would love this gun. Plumbers, people who are using a lot of strapping, commercial uses, things like that. So I think this is more of a commercial type of tool than residential. Residential, we're not using this type of tool very often. You know, if we're attaching 2x4 plates to the ground, I tend to use a different method than shooting it. I'm typically drilling and putting in a wedge anchor. It's just sort of what I prefer, mainly because clients tend to change their mind on me a lot, and it's just nice to be able to pull that off, cut my bolt that is, and rejig my wall if I have to. Whereas if I'm nailing them down, and if I have to pull my wall out, you end up pulling the concrete out with it. So I've just sort of switched my methods that way. But you know, if you're doing resi and you're doing a lot of metal, this would be perfect for laying down metal track. It is the perfect application for that. So it really depends on what you're into. This will shoot 2x4s to concrete. It'll shoot 3/4 inch to concrete. So it's pretty versatile in that regard. But I think for commercial guys, you know, attaching boxes, strapping plates, all that kind of stuff, this is really designed for that, and is very, very fast. There's other models out there that have like the fuel cells. Hilti has one. I have that gun as well. It's an amazing gun. It's just you've got a fuel cell, so you've got another part that you have to buy besides the nails. Whereas this, it's just battery, you're just charging them, and there's no extra cost besides your nails. So we're gonna first shoot, I think, into some concrete, and then we're gonna get into this metal, because this is 3/8 steel, very, very hard. So let's get to it. This is a really old foundation. It's about 50 or 60 years old. So this is a perfect example of really, really hard concrete. We're going to use this gun on this concrete, and we'll see how it does, okay? So basically, you just go up to your material, you press in and you fire. And that's it. See how deep that is? It just buried that nail. So I'm going to shoot a couple more here. And I'm getting very, very little recoil. Whereas, you know, if you're using a powder actuated gun, sometimes you get that huge recoil. Plus, they're a lot more dangerous. But a good application here is if you're using waterproofing like Delta MS and you've got these little discs. So this nail might blow through this because it is a stronger nail. I might have to actually lower the setting because I'm noticing these are going quite deep. So we're going to play with it a little bit here. I'm going to set it onto level 2. Okay, that was level 3. So let's try level 2 here. Yeah, I think we're going to go with level 2. So when you're putting these rings on, or these discs, this holds on your waterproofing. But essentially you could just line it up with the hole. Fire it on, and it's on. Now, I pulled it off because I want to show you these nails are only 3/4 inch long. I would recommend using a longer nail, obviously, because this didn't penetrate that deep. But if we switch to level 3, let's try again. We'll push the nail in a lot harder. I'll try and pull this off. Okay, so it's a lot harder to pull off in level 3. I think I would still recommend using a 1-inch nail for Delta MS if you're shooting into concrete. But this is a really, really good application for that. So I think next what we're going to do is try and shoot into some steel. So let's do it. So as you can see, concrete is no problem for this gun. Next, let's shoot into some 3/8 steel. Now, when you'd be doing this is if you're attaching boxes or metal studs or something like that to an I-beam or some sort of structural steel, something like that. So this is sort of kind of an example of that. For this, we're definitely going to want it on level 3, and let's give it a go here. Isn't that impressive? shoots it right in there. So let's do another one. Those are buried. Let's take a look at the bottom. So it didn't push the steel out. But in comparison, that nail is definitely halfway in there. Which kind of blows my mind that a battery operated tool can just drive into plate steel. It's crazy to me that you can do that with a battery operated tool. So I think this thing is amazing. Next, we're gonna attach this metal plate, and this will sort of symbolize not just being a metal plate, but it's the thickness of you know, a metal AUX box or electrical box, anything like that. I just didn't want to shoot an actual box on here because I might not be able to get it off. So we're going to attach this plate, and I'll aim for a couple holes, but I'll also go right through the metal, and we'll see how that works. So first we're going to shoot these holes, see if I can line it up. So I'm just kind of guesstimating. Now, what happened there is the head disappeared, so I'm assuming it's still up in the gun. I'm going to pull the battery out. Yeah, there's the head. Right there. Jammed right in there. So, just going to try and pop this out. No problem. So there's a really good example. I wasn't planning on doing that. But that's a good example of breaking a nail and getting a little bit of a jam. Let's try this again. This time we're going to go right through the metal. So no issues there. This metal is attached. No problem. I'm going to try and shoot one of the holes again. Interesting. When I aim for the hole, it tends to break off the head, but when I just shoot straight through the plate, it's no problem. Just pop that head out of there again. I got the safety on, so I'm not worried. Okay, so that, got that out. Shoot again. So at all those, I lost one head. Now let's see if I can pry these out. Yep. But that right there, that just broke the nail. See how it broke right in half? But you know, this plate is on there pretty good. I can't get it off. So I think for attaching boxes to you know, concrete or steel or whatever, even like track, you can't go wrong. Like, it's definitely penetrating into the steel. It's pretty amazing, actually. Let's see if I can get one of these nails out. Nice to see. See, I can't even get the nail. It's fused right in there. All I'm doing is busting off the nail. It's just really amazing to me that this is penetrating steel. So yeah, guys, I want to hear comments down below what you think of this gun, if you have one, and if you're like in the commercial area of things, how it's working for you. You know, I'm sure some guys have put this through the paces a lot more than I have, and I would love to hear from you. It's a very impressive gun. It's got lots of different options, lots of different fasteners, different lengths, different strengths. So there's all kinds of different applications that you can put this gun towards. it's just a pretty impressive tool that DeWalt has come up with, especially being just a battery platform and no fuel cell. So let's hear some comments down below. Subscribe, hit that notify bell, and until next time, keep on crushing it. Catch you later.